Disclaimer. Fair Use, Copyright Act 1976. Educational purposes. Everything is everything. What's up, none of your business? Check this out.
And her friends kept calling my phone. I told them to stay out here. They stayed out here for, they called me like about 3-something in the morning. I was laying in the bed. I received a phone call, 4:34 in the morning, from her friend, stating to me that my daughter's missing. Breast surgery, breast cancer. So I'm, sedated off medication early, and they telling me she out here. So once I rejuvenated to strengthen myself enough to get up and drive out here to look for her, once they brought me my car, I right out here, and I came to the hotel and I showed them a picture of her and I asked them if they see it, and there was a lady in the lobby. And she heard me asking at the front desk, and she said it was music. She did hear music. She called the one downstairs to report the room, and come to find out it was the people next door. And when we knocked on the door, that person said that she did see my daughter downstairs. It was like 4 of them, and it was 4 of them. And she said my daughter, she was with 3 of her friends, but her 3 friends said, which then, these kids won't tell the truth. They said that they went upstairs to get her cell phone. And when they can't find her. So I asked them, could they take their time, just have a little patience at first to see if they can find her. In the background, I hear one of the other friends stating, she tired of waiting. She tired of this. Getting a little rowdy. So I asked them to calm down and just bring my car to me.
Because your daughter because they were at the hotel for a party, and your daughter was the driver of the night.
Yes, my daughter was the driver of the night.
They had her keys at this moment.
They had her keys. And they never mentioned that they had her phone until after I got off the phone with one friend. I called her phone just to hear her other friend state to me that I have her phone too. So I asked them, I said, y'all, wait, hold on. You have my car keys and her cell phone? I knew something wasn't right.
Right. So, after that story, you obviously went to the hotel and began the search for your daughter. And the hotel at first wasn't as cooperative, correct?
No, they wasn't.
Okay.
From me speaking with her friends, when the hotel, the friends stated to me that they're looking for, because I asked them, to continuously look for it first.
Right.
And she said that they was making them leave. The hotel was,
They were trying to kick him out that
Yes, they
night?
were going to kick him out that night.
And
because
this is like about 4 o'clock in the morning?
Oh, before.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
They was going to kick him out if they leave and call the police on them to arrest them.
Now, why were they threatening to do that? Just because they were being too rowdy, making too much noise?
No, because they stated to me that they told them that my daughter was missing. They can't find her.
And they felt like that was reason to kick everybody out?
Yes, obviously.
When was, the friends that called you, when was their last time that they saw your daughter, Kanika, alive? What's their last interaction with Kanika?
Well, they stated to me it was 2, because I asked them how long she been missing, and they said it was 2 hours before they called me. I asked them, why didn't they call me before? They said because one of the friends didn't want me to know
would make it 1 o'clock.
that my
If
daughter
she said
was
3
missing.
o'clock.
The one that left my house
4 o'clock, it would
with
make it
Kanika.
2 o'clock.
Right. Now, but did they say how she broke from the group? Like, how did she break away from the group?
Right.
Okay, it was like 2 different stories. First, that day that she came, she came up missing, they stated that they left her in the front lobby, which is on my 911 call.
Okay.
Because that's what they told me. Then later on that day, in the afternoon, headed towards the evening, they stated to me they left her upstairs by the room door.
So they changed where they saw her last?
Yes.
But isn't there a point, if I recall correctly, when they released the videotapes, there was a point where she got out the elevator, but somebody was in the elevator? Am I recalling that wrong?
Those were, I think, the allegations of people saying that they were in the elevator. Because there's been so many conspiracy theories when it comes to what happened with your daughter, Kanika.
So we didn't see anybody in the elevator with her?
No.
Went to get her cell phone. She was standing in the lobby, in the front lobby. And then when it came back down, she wasn't there anymore.
No, I completely understand. The one issue we have, and it's not necessarily that it's an issue, but she is an adult. She is 19 years old. And, I mean, as of right now...
She's 19 years old? That's my daughter, she's 19. Her name is Kanika Jenkins, Keneka.
No, yes. No, I remember that. You told me that she's 19. But what I'm saying is that she, again, she's only been gone for a couple hours. She's, I don't know, maybe she's, she could be somewhere with one of her friends or something, because, I mean, it is only a couple hours since you hadn't seen her, correct? Or since her friend supposedly hadn't seen her?
Correct. Let's say about 3 to 4 hours now, they said. They told me. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning when they called me.
Yeah. Well, I guess the one, are you looking to file a missing persons report then, or are you just... Or would you... I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm so sorry, Pepper. I just want to know, is it possible that maybe they can look at the cameras and see, because they send the police out here and ask them to look at the cameras and see if they've seen her on their cameras around that time?
I was about to say, even if I did send an officer, it would take a little bit in order for us to get the camera footage and for us to pass it on to the detectives division.
Okay. So what would you suggest?
Well, again, the only thing I would suggest maybe just give her a couple hours. She could have went somewhere with one of her other friends. I mean, and who knows what her friends are saying is true. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You could tell, not to be saying, you could tell it don't sound right. I'm a parent. I've been young before, and it's not sounding right. It don't sound right, period. That's why I came out here myself. Because then it sounded like they had been drinking, honestly.
Yeah.
And I asked them, did she drink? And they said she had only 1 cup. But, okay, my daughter ain't the type that normally, she can't even take liquor. Her liquor level is just like mine. We can't take liquor. We cannot take liquor. We take a sip of liquor, we drunk. Honestly.
No, I completely understand.
And I'm like, 1 cup is too much for her, and I like I asked them. And then they end up with her cell phone. I pay her cell phone bill every month to make sure my daughter has a phone. How did she love her phone? I don't understand why would she leave her cell phone with you all and just go disappear? And she know I just had surgery. She know my predicament.
Oh, yeah. Well, then, to that in that case, what I would recommend, just go home, relax a little bit, give it some time. Of all we know, she very well could still be in the room. She could just be passed out. Again, you know how it is. You drink it the night before, you get, whatever else have you. So just give it a couple hours. Maybe see if she'll get a hold of you again. Does she know your number?
Yes, she knows my number very well. She's very smart.
Okay, well then, like I said, just give her a couple hours. You know what I mean? Give her some time. Again, maybe she went to one of her other friends' places, or maybe she is still in the room. Just knocked out. You know what I mean?
Yes, I thank you. Okay, and so how long does it take for me to file a missing person report?
Well, you can file it at any time.
Hit Irene upside the head with a damn pistol.
Like I said, just give it a little bit of time.
Damn, they bust Irene upside the damn face with a pistol.
About 10, 11 o'clock, then by all means,
damn.
give us a call again. You can come to the station.
They bust Irene in the mouth with a pistol.
From there.
Okay, I live in Chicago. Would it be better for me to come back to you all station, or should I go
They
and
pistol with that ring.
report?
See that
You know, I
pistol?
think
Damn, they smacked that ring with a
you can try
pistol.
to file it out in
Yeah.
Chicago. They may tell you to come here since it happened in our
smacked that
town,
ring
but
with
I
a
do know
pistol.
I do know that since she
But I
lives
say
with,
they hit their victim with a
obviously she lives
pistol.
with you in the city. I think this
Damn.
might actually fall on them. Or at least they'll
I
be
had
able to
that
take the
weed
report
where she
and then they'll
passed
get
when
in
she was
contact with us
dancing.
and we'll be able to
And then
help them out with the
yam.
investigation from there.
They bust Irene upside the mouth. Damn, she come back over fucked up too. Look.
If I come back out here, I'll come back out here. But
Damn.
as long as if we be able to see, but if I come, okay, I give it to tomorrow. It's 24 hours after 20. Do you think they can see the video camera of today, the surveillance camera
Yes.
for today?
Yes. We'd definitely be able to get the footage.
Okay, thank you. Well, I'll do that. Okay, thank you so much.
Irene was beat up in the
No, you're very welcome.
Zach's
Have a good
interview.
day.
She had a mask on.
You too. Thank you so much.
You're very
Damn.
welcome. Bye-bye.
Damn.
301, everything 10-4?
Motherfucking mouth swole.
Negative. I have that subject in the kitchen in a freezer. She is frozen solid.
10-4, 600?
600 copies. Late notification goes on. 601, you copy?
Not in the videos. Not that I saw. Did you guys see anything different? No, we didn't see anything. No.
Okay.
But again, so many conspiracy theories were being thrown out there. So now, okay, so you're at the hotel, you find her. So when do they actually, from when you get to the hotel, when does the hotel finally
My
find your
stomach
daughter
no
in the
more.
freezer?
Because I'm throwing down in a
Well,
few hours.
Once I arrived, they finally found her after the third time of us coming in, me and my family coming up to the hotel begging for help from the hotel, pleading with them, and also Rosemont Police Department.
So it was like hours. Like, was it like 36 hours?
Yes, it was like 36 hours.
Damn, that's the white girl. Look at the
Why,
white
if
girl.
somebody says that their daughter is
She
missing,
stretched out. I'm
why
finna, they
would
got her
you be
legs
willing
up,
to
got the horse up. She up under the
help?
horse.
Did they give you a reason as to
The
why
white girl up under the
concerns
horse. I'm finna
show
take it back to where I
she's
seen her
probably okay,
titties.
they just blew it off? Did they have a reason for why they're not willing to help at that point?
Well, they
Look,
stated to
the
me
horse bust
that,
her open.
basically it wasn't their concern, the hotel, Crown Plaza, and manager
Look at the
at the
titties.
time. That's a police matter.
Oh, it's a police matter.
And the police probably say a person has to be missing for 48 hours in order for you to file an official report.
24 hours.
24 hours. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, it's more than 2 hours.
Yes.
Okay.
So when did they finally go look through the tapes
Oh my
to
God.
realize, okay, she really was at this hotel? So I guess I'm trying to figure out, how did they discover her in the freezer?
Okay, when my daughter went up there,
Your other daughter.
yes, my other daughter, Lenore,
Okay.
when she went up to the hotel after me returning back home, she headed out the door as I was coming in, her and two of her friends. And when they got up to the hotel, they asked, the person at the front desk if they can look on the cameras and see once again, if they see, if Kanika was there.
Right.
And they stated to her also as well that it was a police matter. So she calls 911 as well.
You see the
And
blood
the police
running down right there?
suggested that and told her that he
That
couldn't
thing
leave.
bust
Come
open.
up to the hotel to meet her. She would have to come down to the police station. Once she came, got to the police station and made the report,
yeah,
the
so I
missing
was
person
trying to
report. The only reason
seen
that
it
Crown
already.
Plaza Police Department came
titties.
back up to the hotel, not because
Look
of
at
my
the
daughter
mouth
was missing,
swollen.
not because of the missing person report.
Look, that's the white
Was
girl
because
right there.
She forgot,
And
Lenore
dude,
forgot
like,
to put her signature on the
See
missing
my
person
finger
report.
on the goddamn trigger,
Paper.
Mike.
Right.
So
This is the Rosemont Police.
yes, the
correct?
Rosemont Police Department. So once he got there, and he had called and asked her where was she. She stated that she's back up at the hotel. She's telling the person at the front desk at the hotel that now she has a missing person report number. She stated, could they look at the cameras, and they still denied her, to see if her sister was missing. She asked the police the Rosemont police officer, if he can give her a copy of the police report. He stated to her it'll take all day, you know. He can't give her a copy, so she asked him could she have the number to the missing person report. So upon his arrival, Lenore asked him, could you please look at the cameras, you know, the security cameras, to see if they see Kanika. And
man, where's we at?
He finally agreed he would. He went into the security office, from my understanding.
And this is the officer that we're talking about.
Yes,
right
the officer that made out the missing person report.
Okay.
Lenore stated to me that
I was right here trying to point
he
out.
went in there like 5 minutes.
That was a girl stretched that up under there. Her
and
titties.
Stated that
I seen
on the
the
first
white
missing
girl.
person report, that he searched front and back, and he did not see Kanika entering or exiting the building.
So that means she wasn't there, according to them.
According to them, she wasn't there.
Okay. So who found Kanika in the freezer? And did they find her just by accident, or did they find her because they were looking at the videos?
Okay, well, when we was there, the Rosemont Police Department stated that they're the ones that found Kanika. But with me looking at the news and reading in the newspapers, an employee found her. So that's a good question. I really wouldn't.
So you don't know who?
You're not for sure.
I'm not for sure.
Right.
But you actually, they brought you to see Kanika while she
in
was
the casket. Half the face.
At first,
hairstyle and all.
And I went on Facebook because I needed help. I was looking for help, and I started timing myself basically to let them know, just in case if something like this come up, they couldn't say that I wasn't, you know, conscious enough. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like out of my mind or whatever. And I stated, because I had made a post on Facebook before, that, you know, when I was in search of Kanika, that I needed help. You know, if somebody see my daughter, to inform me, you know. And after I made this live video, I re-entered the hotel, and I asked them, how was she laying? The head detective, how was she laying? He stated she was laying on her side, and I said, "Was she laying? How was
See, that's they cut off the face. See, that's the face.
Yes.
And they
said, no,
cut it off, and it looked like an apple.
Next question.
Some old crazy shit. They skint the face off.
You know how she laid in the
They skint the face from bottom up and peeled the face off.
The detective stated yes.
And then they was holding the skin of the face up in the air. On my mama.
Come in with a very, very rude attitude. No, you cannot see her. It's against our procedures, our policy. You can't see her. So I asked him, with the card that the leading detective gave me, is it possible that he can put his name on the back of the card? He stated yes. After he stated yes, I said, and as well
he holding that girl head up. He didn't. That's the man who done cut the head off. That's him holding her head.
He said, you know
he
what?
done cut the head off.
I'm going to speak with the coroners.
Right there.
And see what they can do. So here we go, hours later. 5 hours, maybe a little bit more. But
holding that little girl head.
Later, they come to me.
Nose busted, mouth busted.
Only I could come see her. Me, I'm allowed.
And look, if you look at the hand and the hair going back, her hair would be in 2 braids like the missing girl. Holy shit.
This is a crime scene.
They cut her
head off.
You
are not allowed to take any photos. You can't touch, and you know, don't touch anything.
Right there, that motherfucker cut her head off.
Was there. You know, like we was involved in it. It seemed like the crime scene was on us, not what went on with my daughter.
Right. So you see your daughter in the freezer. Now, to bring up to date...
No, I'm sorry. No, at this time, they had removed her from the freezer. I asked them. Yes, they removed her from the freezer. When they removed her from the freezer, by the time we came 5 hours or plus later, you know, more later, rounding it off, Kanika was laying on a stretcher in a white body bag already.
So you never saw her?
I never saw her. I never saw her. They stated as well.
They cut the head
there
off.
was no signs of foul play. Like it was just a normal look.
Stuff.
You know,
that's what they
no signs of sexual harassment and anything.
Right. So do you believe differently?
From seeing the pictures,
Yes, I believe different because the pictures came out. Before that, though, the video came out. So when we saw the video of her trying to find her way throughout the hotel, what did you think about the videos?
That she was wandering in the hotel and she needed help. And, you know, she had a hotel, a 5-star hotel. I know it was surveillance. Just like on each floor, they might not have cameras all through the hotel, but entering and exiting the elevator, there are cameras.
But it is her on the camera because, like I said, so many conspiracy theories. Some people said that's not even her on the video. You do believe it was your daughter on the video?
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe they're saying that one part of the video when she's walking towards the refrigerator, that's her last time being shown on videotape? So do you believe she could have just literally walked in there and got locked into the freezer, and what they're saying to be true is she got locked into the freezer and she died because of the coldness? Do you think that could be true?
Well, see, we wouldn't even be sitting here today to guess it. It was the camera. As we went in there, if you could look at the video, me and my daughter, which is some of the parts what we did, as we went in there, I'm looking at my daughter, you know, and I looked in her face. She had a disgusted look on her face. That's an angry look, like, or somebody agitating her, you know, this type of look. So I'm looking, and then I asked them, I said, can I see the freezer? Because I work in the cafeteria. So you can't tell me that she walked in this freezer and couldn't get out, you know, because of our freezers. And not only that, me working within the CPH, you know, cafeterias, you know, before, every freezer has a release button or some type of handle, whereas you can't get locked in this freezer unless you're being locked on the outside. You know, you get locked in from the outside.
Which would have taken, obviously, somebody else to do purposely.
Yes,
that's
exactly.
what you're saying.
Yes.
There's no way she could lock herself in by herself.
Exactly. So once entering, and I see the freezer. Now, the leading detective stated to me, she just walked in the freezer. This is before I told him I worked within the cafeteria.
Right.
She walked in the freezer, and when she walked in the freezer, she walked in. He never mentioned it was a double freezer. Walked in the freezer.
Damn, y'all see that motherfucker, man.
And just froze.
Y'all see, dude. And
So,
get it back right there. Dude was right there. His face was split. Look, his face was split in the screen.
Because once you locked in, you locked
What's going on? Who is that?
Know what you know about freezers at that time.
Exactly.
Ooh, who is
Did you go into the actual freezer that your daughter was in? Did you like try to see what your, like the theory, how you can get out of it if you're in that particular freezer?
Okay, well, I'll tell you like this. We wasn't ever to actually go inside their freezer, but they had both of the doors open. I asked them when I first went back there, so you're saying it's a double freezer? He said, yes, but on our way back there, if you can see in the video, I'm pointing my finger. I'm looking for cameras. I'm looking for cameras, because that's my purpose, because you can't tell me this happened with no camera in the around, you know, and every time I point, I see a camera.
Gotta fix that picture.
Except when we go by the freezer, that's like blocked off, which it was a camera above that freezer. And okay, we're gonna go back to that. I'm sorry, please.
And there's somebody.
When I go back to the freezer, they have both of the doors open.
That's probably
and
that cow.
I'm like,
that
here go a glow in the
horse
dark
entering.
plastic release button, big white glow in the dark. I said, so is this a release button? He said,
holy shit, y'all, we looking at some
detective
real
said
shit.
yes. And the sergeant standing back there with us as well. As I said, we were being watched as if we're the criminal, you know. We did this to my daughter. As if we was going to get arrested. So he stated, I asked him with the other freezer, you know, the second door. I said, is this a release button? Big white button. Maybe, as they say, you couldn't see, but it was lightning in the freezer. And only thing we saw on the floor was a big piece of ice made in a triangle. You know, like, you know, and I'm like, okay. I said, so that's when I stated, I work in the cafeteria. I've been working there for 7 years. I say, there shouldn't have been no way that she shouldn't have been able to get out these doors. I thought you told me, and I asked the detective, you said that she couldn't get out. How is that when is, you know, release buttons on each one of these doors? And he just shook his head, you know.
As I understand.
So, where are you now as far as what it is that you want to see? You know, they've closed the case officially. I know that you guys are not happy about that and you want to continue the investigation. So what do you want to see happen? Where do you see this going from here?
That's who's sitting down at the computer editing it.
What is it that you want to do?
Yes, I would love for the FBI to come in.
No, that's somebody sitting down in front
The reason why I say that,
Irene.
they stated it was a natural cause before any medical examiner or anything. So the Rosemont Police Department knew this would happen with no professionals. You know, they said it wasn't no sexual harassment or any, assaults or whatever.
Not assaulted sexually.
Right. Exactly. You know, but how is that? From looking at the pictures, obviously you will see that it was something going on. At least, you know, with that, if you would have just saw it without being a professional, first thought would have been them being professional cops. Hey, it's something had to go on. And then to come to find out, after all that, at the closing meeting, my daughter asked them, "Did you all take fingerprints?" And they said no. Why not?
Right.
Why not?
Dust the body, right?
You know what I'm saying? Because I work in the cafeteria once, as I mentioned. And in the cafeteria, you got to clean up behind yourself.
Yeah.
That's sanitation, you know?
So, question. Well, two things. One is because the Rosemont police did actually turn down, because the FBI, didn't the FBI at one time make an offer?
If they were reached out for assistance, they
and so Rosemont turned that down, correct? They didn't want to have anything to do with the FBI coming in. Allegedly on the case. Secondly, was the question ever presented to the people of the hotel, why was this freezer even still in operation if it wasn't being used? Like, because I'm under the understanding that kitchen was closed and that stuff wasn't even being used. So why even have it on? Because then if she goes in there, she's just inside a room. You know, she's not inside a freezing room. Did that ever come up in conversations with the hotel?
No, I never found out about this freezer wasn't working or none of that until after the fact. You know, I'm hearing it from the media or whatever, you know, and my attorney as well, you know, after
she's gone.
She's gone.
Right.
And then at the meeting, the sergeant said they'd had numerous of murders, you know, deaths or whatever, however he named it. Don't quote me. He said, but this is the first time we ever had to deal with an attorney. And rolled his eyes at me like, how could you be mad at me when I'm the one taking the loss? You understand what I'm saying?
Like,
where do you
like you was doing something.
Exactly.
Right. If nothing else, people should have been treating you
face,
with compassion.
and then
Exactly.
that's her girl
And then with the
that's her
cell
mouth
phone,
busted
they
up.
did ask me twice for her phone. And you know why? I was
before he
afraid to
cut
go
it
back up
out.
there because the next day
But at the
I
same
asked the
time,
detective
look
when
how
he
he
called my
had-
phone and when he was
had a
asking me
doggy
about her
style.
phone and to come up there, comes
Pulling
back
her
to the
mouth
Rosemont
back.
Police Department to come up there, and I was
Her
not going
body
by myself
up in there.
because I knew I needed some help.
Yeah.
The hotel offered to pay for Kanika's funeral. Did you accept their offer?
Okay, they offered to pay for her funeral.
Yes.
You know why I did not accept? I refused because even though they offered to pay for it, they never once gave me their condolences. Well, of course, they probably did after I made initial clues to Facebook and the media. You know, how could you offer to pay? You all don't care. It's not about money.
Damn, look how her
It's not
jaw
about money.
busted
That's why I
open.
reached out to the world, you know, for help. And I'm still asking for help because something's just not right.
I want to bring up some of the activists. Actually, how I got in touch was via Andrew Holmes. He's the one that gave me your number, and we actually talked the night prior to when the videos were released. And I know you were upset with him because what happened with that? Did he have the right? Because he was the first person to talk about the videotapes.
Man, right there.
Did he have that right from you?
He got his face right there.
No, he did not.
Okay.
Get him,
Okay,
man.
first of all, Andrew Holmes just popped
Get
up
that
from nowhere.
punk
He stated to me,
motherfucker
I asked
think
him when
it's
he called my
cool what
phone,
he did.
who gave you my number?